Hello, welcome back. It's 10:20 at night. I'm going to crack into the Amiga 1200. I've popped the screws out and I've pulled the keyboard connector. Okay, so this is Operation Desert Storm. We have the original hard drive, which is still spinning up. 120 megabytes. Holy crap. Yep. Clock port battery adapter with a 2032 by DKB. Alright. Original caps. We got some leakage here. Composite circuit looks okay. A little bit of scuzz. Not much. Like, just a little bit. This girl, I'm sorry. Where am I? Where's my finger? Right there. You'll just see a little bit of funk on that silk screen above there where it says C306. Look at that. Whole composite area. Not bad. PCM CIA girl hanging in there. We're going to make it live again. It's going to sing. Oh no. Oh no. That's not good. Well, that's good. That looks great. But this looks really bad. Ooh, God. Thank the Lord for plastic. Oh man, it's like stuck to it. Like stuck to it. So this thing got wet somehow or something spilled on it. Ooh. Yeah. I'm just gonna... Looks good to me. Saturday, it's 8:30 in the morning. And I have been recapping the 1200. So far I got her stripped down. Look at that. She's turned out real nice. It's a little wet with alcohol. And of course Lorena didn't lose any pads. I did have a pretty scuzzy one right here near the decoupling cap. Right in front of your keyboard power for the floppy connector. Significant leakage there. U26 had green. Fiberglass penned. Everything came out okay. Audio caps here. Little leakage there, and nothing too bad. The rest of the composite video circuit here looks very well. Now I did remove, of course, the RF modulator, and written in its place is 524NT. And whoever put that assembly together. Anyway, I got one ground plane to get out on a dude right here, so I'm going to add solder to that. Just waiting for all the alcohol to dry. 911 AM, 18 red dots. Yes, I know. You don't need the 100s when you're removing a modulator. I just always put them on there because I never know what the future's going to hold. Yes, we're always looking for better video. We're always looking for flicker fixers, but what if you just wanted to go old school modulator? If you had a television or analog, I don't know. It's 924. I hooked this up and couldn't get nothing, so I put diagram in it, and I think I got a bad CIA. Boof. Now this chip right here is getting thermonuclear hot. Now cap wise, there's nothing around it that's gonna murder it. Just the other unused clock port, the keyboard thing. And yeah, audio looks fine. New caps are on. But port 1 stuck mouse button I've seen many times, and I know exactly what it is. And anything on the underside that was kind of I don't know if it worked. I didn't get it working. Graphic tests, I get nothing. See? It's not doing, it's rebooting. So if I do like test scroll, there's your diagram. It's good. It's a working Amiga, except I had this weird CIA issue. So I'm going to do that real quick. Fail. 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 Okay, I got one good okay. Fail. 2 okays. 3 okays. So one of them's bad. I'm going to go this CIA chip first. This is Fahrenheit 83. This one, 118 degrees. So let's do it in the communist. So this chip, 28.8. This chip, 52. Can you tell which CIA is possibly bad? Should I just let it continue to burn into oblivion? That'll keep the machine from booting. Oh yeah, that's great. CIA at now. This sucker's probably roasted. 58. Oh, 71C. What is that in Fahrenheit? 160 degrees. I won't have to desolder the chip. It'll just fall off itself. I'm going to hot air that off. I think the memory's okay. I think the memory's okay. I just think it needs a CIA chip. 190 Fahrenheit now. That's 88.1C. That is... I gotta turn this off. That is not good. You could probably... Whoa! You could light a cigar off of that thing. Sometimes recaps unveil other problems. Chip is out. It's gonna be hot as hell. Chip is out. I was gonna use the web station, but I didn't. This is a Tenma. It's just tiny because I like it. Easy, one little device. Okay, now here's one DCIA'd. It's orange because of the flux. Here's your cleaned up CIA hole. Right here, by the way, in case you don't know where you're looking at. Should I test it again in a socket? Probably not. Now, if you're seeing diagram on the screen up here, it is just because I didn't close the terminal. So with that CIA removed, let's see what happens. UDS, LES, OVL failed. That's a CIA, so it's looking for any random address of RAM. And now I have video. So, yep, we had a bad CIA. And I can't do anything anyway because no CIA. Dope sockets in. Use the old Super Snout Amtech. That stuff flows like butter, but it makes a tremendous mess. So if you're going to use this stuff, it's great flow. I mean, it's great. It's just like writing your name in liquid metal. And it evaporates real quick, meaning it turns from paste to mushy liquid, just like the Kester. But when you're in there while it's fresh, it really does a great job. Not bad for an old blind fat dude. She's a little wet. You ready? Let's see what happens with the squeaky chair. Alright, energize. OVL's now okay. Hell yeah. Something's up. Nobody's locked up. Great. This CIA chip is deathly hot again. Woo! Super hot. So if I cool this chip down, this can of air is dying a death. Try to cool the chip off. Turn it back on. OVL failed. So the CIA is still... I didn't blow this one, did I? No! Why is it getting so freaking hot? Alright. Original CIA. Oh. Well, something just popped. Something's up with this board. I literally blew the top, cracked the CIA in half. That was the pop I heard. Something somewhere is effed in this 1200. That's why the CIA was blown originally. Let's keep going. Let's put the original one in. Or was that a bad CIA? I'm having a good time today. System info. I can't left click. I can't freaking click. This will say port 1 mouse stuck. You're not going to see it, but I can scroll up here. Left mouse button, port 2 left mouse button, OVL error. Which normally would make the CPU not show up. And the CIA is hotter than the devil's asshole. Oh, this one with a crack in it. Let's see what this one does again. We're going to smoke a CIA. Like, watch. It's working. Look at that. So, yeah, it's off. Try it again. We are burning chips. We are burning. We are burning. We are burning. It's off and unplugged. You think something's messed up? Great. Why hasn't anybody redone the CIAs? Yes, you got the mystery, supposed it's out JCIA. Right? But it's only for dips. What about these? What about these guys? I found out what it was. There was a pin over here that was grounded out on something underneath R something 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 A. So something was grounding out on a pin that didn't need to be grounded out. Going back in with diagram, another CIA. What do we get? And not getting hot. Nope, not getting hot. Perfect. CIA. Okay, so there we go. Let me turn this off. Let me pop some Amiga ROMs back in her. Energize. Mortimer, we're back. So we had a blown CIA. Our Amiga's back in action. Thank God. One bad trail, but now I have mouse because the CIAs are working. I could double mouse button and get to that screen. It wouldn't work. Anyway, we're recapped. We have a fresh recap. We have a fixed CIA. I'm tired. Now I gotta clean the case. It is currently 11:18 a.m. When did we start this? 8:30 something? I haven't even got to the floppy drive yet. This is a Chinon FZ 354 that has never been touched. So the grease is probably as hard. Here's our drive, and just like I thought, the grease in the gear of the stepper motor is hard as a rock. And soak her down with the alcohol. See if you can bust up the grease. Now it moves, yay. So I'm going to zoom into my nasty hands here and just go over a couple things with you. It is your stepper motor. Now, this is the actual motor. This is a worm gear shaft. There is a bronze bushing here, and there is a bronze bushing up here. It's hard to possibly see, but you can clearly see this one. What happens is there's lithium grease on a rod, this thing. I have my heads fully to track 79, so I could do this example. This usually rides on a pin that is stuck in one of these grooves that moves with this. When I rotate this gear, the head moves back and forth. Lithium grease on this piece helps it stay lubed. So no lube means a rough ride. I use a little bit of special oil. You can use a number 2 household oil. I use a GUN oil, a special type of Pew oil, because it is anti-corrosive, anti-dirt. So this is the oil. It's called Hops Elite. It's for those things. Got it at Walmart. Superior lubrication, corrosion protection. It repels dirt, carbon, and other contaminants. First, before I lithium grease the crap out of this thing, I just put a dab of oil on that bushing. Then just rotate it a couple times. Just keep giving it some movement to let that oil soak down into that bushing. Remember, these are 30-something years old. Metal on metal will work for a little while. But run your engine without oil and see how long it lasts, and then put some oil in it. You'll know how it works. Once you have oil in there, I do it a couple times. So I will take a Q-tip and just rub it around here. You might not even have to alcohol it. You can just rub it around, suck up the excess, right? And then roll her over and move the head back and roll the stepper motor. Don't just go push. You're going to blow the pin out the track, and then you're not going to have head alignment issues, and then you're going to be like, why isn't my disc, why does it say non-DOS disc? Repeat this process a couple times, and you'll feel it get so much easier to move. You're like, oh my goodness. Now testing on this drive, we're going to leave the lid off. Now we're going to grab some lithium grease. Be careful with this stuff. You will look like the Tin Man from the Wizard of Oz. Normally, I just put a dollop underneath and it will figure it out. There you go. One lubed shaft, oiled bushings. Clean the head. That's just alcohol on a Q-tip. Lift your flap door, run it around there. Repeat on the top carefully. Remember, dual-sided. And then flip her over to the dry side, give it another wipe. Alright, that's that. I'm going to rest that there. We're going to boot Amiga Workbench 2.1. We'll be able to watch the head move if it works. It's quiet. And there's Workbench. So we fixed our floppy. We fixed our 1200. We went through $160 in CIAs. You can clearly see the stepper motor and the head's moving back and forth. The disc is spinning. Listen. Nice and quiet. Of course you can still hear it, but now I'm going to re-grease that shaft because you can see how it's pushing it all to one end. Okay. So, and it's getting some dirt there. But there's Workbench. 2 megs of RAM. Woohoo. Turning that off. That was the repair part. The recap and blowing CIAs and grounding it out. Something got goofy in a resistor and all that crazy crap. It gets nutty here. You touch one thing at 35 years old and you break 11 things. Let's drive cover back on. There we go. One chinon. And we'll unplug it for now. This drive turned out pretty well. It's not all boogered up. It's now clean and working. So I scuffed it up with a Scotch-Brite and shot it with some aluminum paint, just like I usually do for the 3000s. It's not perfect. There is still some marks I couldn't sand down, but the back was totally rusted. Now it looks presentable. Is it silver chrome? No, it's not. But I don't have to worry about getting fingerprints on it now because it actually is a painted surface. The back was so rusty. That's what I was worried about. Alright, so after this morning's fiasco with CIAs and sockets and crap, here's the plastic. Came out pretty good. It does have, like I said, there's a little bit of rust marks I couldn't scrub out. And now I can put this back together, at least to the point of, you know, getting it looking a lot better in the back. Okay, so just like that, our rear has been wiped, cleaned. It looks just hard drive root for now. The only problem is hard drive positions have changed. These have center mounts where modern hard drives were out at the end. So I kind of had to scoot her over a little bit. Cable goes underneath and down. It worked. Sysinfo 4.4. So here's our Amiga 68 ECO20 with an 882 because of the Amiga Kit expansion card. We are at 2.32 times faster, mainly because of the fast RAM. She's rocking at 15.5 megahertz. Drive speed, ooh, is going to be just blazing fast at maybe a meg if we're lucky. 1.0 on a good day. Boards, we have the 4 meg jumper, Amiga Kit, 8 meg expansion. Got some basic crap copied. 9 fingers is rolling in PAL. Set the WHD load prefs file to always run in PAL. Drug the PAL monitor from storage monitors into devs monitors. Double clicked it or reboot. Now every demo I run will be in PAL. Proper speed on the NTSC machine. Running in PAL, it will put some lines on my monitor because it's an NTSC in 60 hertz. You'll note the time on the clock here is 4:08 p.m. When did we start this morning? See how it can just suck up your entire day? Another day with Project Desert Storm 1200. My eye hurts. I got a package in today from Mr. Frank. He wrote me a note, and it's a long one. I'm going to read you the basics. As a small thank you for the awesome work you do for the Amiga community and the fact that you sometimes mention will work for food, hence the stain on my shirt, chocolate, I'd like to offer you some goodness from the Netherlands. Stroopwafels, syrup waffles. I think, in general, one of the things that people immigrating from the Netherlands miss are the stroopwafels. I hope you like them too. They're bought fresh in the markets, and it's still warm. If you want to simulate that, nuke it for 10 seconds. Don't nuke it too long, because the syrup can get hotter than Mona. So again, thanks for keeping all those amigos alive, teaching the community lots of stuff, and I truly hope you will enjoy these original Dutch stroopwafels. Mr. Frank, he sent me these. Ooh. Kanjers. Extra lekker stroopwafel, 8 stuks. 2 per packet. They smell like a fire. I'm gonna try one, and then I'm gonna go stick one over top of my coffee and let the steam of my coffee warm it up. There's 2 of them in here, but here you go. It's like a little waffle with syrup inside. See that goodness? That is rich. Man, they're good. And you're right. That would be heated up, or really good heated up. It's like stringy syrup, caramel. Very good. Thank you, Mr. Super Cream. Stroopwafels aside for a minute. Last I left off on this thing, I was putting the TF1230 in it. Did I show that? I don't know. I put a TF1230 in it. And it boots. The 030 boots. Everything's fine. Except I am Workbench 3.0. So, now this card worked. That's already up. Monitor hadn't even warmed up yet. You'll notice 2 megs of chip, no fast, right? Why? Because it's Kickstart 3.0. Which led me down the long road last night of finding a ROM for the 1200. 1200 and 4000 actually are different ROMs. You know, one's got compact flash and one has, you know, like an accelerator and Zorro, and that's the 4000. So I found these. These are 3.1 ROMs from Cloanto, labeled ROM 1, ROM 2. I had my 314 ROMs, my original 314 ROMs, and maybe that's why that container was out. I thought I left them out. I gotta open up this case again because we're popping ROMs. TF1230, you can boot from it if you have a special ROM, which I might make. I don't know. You put the EHIDE.device in the ROM, one of them, probably the low or the high, or one of them, and you can then have it boot from the Terrible Fire IDE port. Otherwise it can't. It can. I showed it in my TF1230 video where it's like you do a load module off your internal and then kick it over to here, but you're kind of still running 2 devices and you'll see them. And it's weird, but it works. Kickstart 314 for my A1200. I even wrote U6A, U6B. Did we get a boing ball in a couple seconds after we do it? Yes, we do. La la la, 314. Okay, now I'm going to plug in my hard drive, which I'll get an error because of the library. Install 314.
Where's your shitter? I've got a turtle head poking out.
We got RAM. Which means, holy crap, good to go. And of course, 314 ROM. It's the older Kickstart, but it's still legit. Now, that's all I got. Thank you guys for coming along. This completes Project 1200. Until the next time I do something with her, I'll probably show some quick photos or something if I get it done in the future of it being retro-brighted and its clean white process. Thanks for watching. Hope you learned something.
What do you know from funny, you bastard?